Hi YouTube, welcome back to my channel and a very happy new year to all of you who are touching base and watching this today. 2022, 22 years into what I still think of as the new century, thinking back to the millennium, how much has happened since then. Anyway, I hope that this year will bring you peace and joy and health and happiness wherever you are. And let's at least hope it's an improvement on last year. I think it will be. I'm a bit late doing this. I intended to do it yesterday and just didn't find time. I always spend the last day of the year kind of running around like a headless chicken, trying to finish as many projects as I've started and, you know, kind of get things ready for the new year. And inevitably, I don't manage to do everything. And I didn't this year. And I don't know why I do it, because it makes me feel bad when I fail to finish anything. I've got to learn to let some things go. But anyway, what I had intended to do was talk about my favourites for 2021. It was a strange year in makeup for me. I found myself generally not wearing as much makeup. Certainly, I really noticed I didn't wear eye makeup. In terms of eyeshadow, I often just put on some liner and some mascara for Zoom meetings. And the other thing that I wore a lot less was my beloved nail varnish to begin with, because I couldn't get professional manicures, which I've tended to do in the past. And then I kind of noticed that my nails were a lot healthier and I just got used to not wearing nail polish, but I still love it, and I have started wearing a little more regularly now. But those were two main habits that I really noticed. I still do have some favourites, but I do have quite a lot of makeup that I bought, particularly in the kind of final quarter of the year, well, maybe from the late summer onwards, some of which I just haven't even worn yet. I was sorting through this morning, and for example, I have got the Hermes Highlighter, which I waited for ages because it was released here long after people got it in Asia and America and even the rest of Europe, as far as I could judge. And it's beautiful in its box. I haven't worn it once. I haven't talked about it yet. So New Year's resolution number one really is to try and make my way through some of the makeup that I've already bought. Of course, we're about to have these spring releases and I won't be able to resist as usual, but I do kind of want to make some more informed decisions about what I keep and what I let go from my makeup collection, and be able not just to show you what I've bought when I buy it, but talk about how I find it works out for me. So look out for those videos, hopefully, fingers crossed, in the coming weeks and months. But let's turn to what I really did enjoy this year. Let me just move out a little bit. And I think there are probably two products that I definitely would say were huge favourites for me, and I wholeheartedly recommend. I'm pausing there because I do pause when I'm recommending something very, very expensive. And that's the Sublimage L'Essence de Tente foundation, which is without a doubt my favourite foundation of the last year. It's it looks as if I haven't used much, and I have, believe it or not. I think it is probably down to about there. You can just about see, but it shows in the bottle. This is the one that I find myself turning to day after day, because although it doesn't give very full coverage, I'd call it light coverage. You can build it up to maybe medium. It definitely lets your natural skin shine through. It evens out tone and colour for me, and it is hands down the most comfortable foundation that I've ever used. So when my skin is feeling a bit tight and dry, and that's definitely been a problem this year, this is the one which feels the best. And I remember when I first reviewed this, I compared it with the new Formula Les Beige foundation, also by Chanel. They reformulated at about the same time as they reformulated this, which I believe used to come in a pot, which I would not have liked and I never tried. And I kind of concluded that, you know, it probably wasn't worth the extra money at the time, because the look on the skin was very similar. And I do like Clay Beige, and it's a good foundation, and I wear it a lot, particularly in the summer. It looks really nice on the skin. Not that different from this. If anything, gives slightly better coverage. But in terms of the feel overall, particularly for older, mature skin, this is the one for me. Ridiculously expensive, well over 100. I think it's about 120. Does come with a very nice brush, and I've used this brush a lot. It's starting to look a bit ragged. I particularly like that kind of doming at the top, which is great for getting in by the nose and the chin. So it's a good quality brush as well. So that does somewhat ameliorate the ridiculous price, but it is probably my most favourite product of this year. The other really big favourite is the Guerlain Abbey Royale Youth Watery Oil, which is a strange product. I have tried a number of oils over the last couple of years as they've become more popular, and truth to tell, none of them have really worked for me. I don't feel that they in any way benefit the skin, and I don't like the feel of them as much as a cream. I like a cream treatment. But this is not like an oil, watery oil. I guess the clue is in the name. It has these little spheres that you're supposed to kind of shake up and get some in the glass pipette. It's so pretty apart from anything else. It smells gorgeous, and it just goes on as a very refreshing sort of lotion. Does it do anything wonderful for the skin? I'm sceptical about that. I was sent very kindly by a friend, Lara, some samples of the serum, which I didn't love as much in the same range. And I kind of want to try the eye treatment, partly because I'm in the market for an eye treatment or cream. I haven't got a good one in my regime at the moment. So I'd look at those in the range. But other than that, I'm not really particularly into the whole range. But this product, really, really like. The other things that I used a lot, and so favourites in that sense, the Hydra Beauty Essence Mist from Chanel. This is the hydration protection. There's another one as well. I can't remember what that's for. Very, very similar. Not always both on the website. I like having this on my desk and having a quick spritz. Is it good value for money? Probably not, because it's about 50 quid, I think. Something ridiculous, and you can definitely get cheaper products that do much the same. What is nice about this is it doesn't have any alcohol in, and a lot of them do. So that's good. And the spray doesn't get clogged up and is really nice. The other thing I used a lot this year was this liquid blush from Suku. I kind of bought this as a bulking up the order when I ordered some eyeshadow palettes that I've barely used, although they're very nice. But this I find myself reaching for a lot. So easy to use, pretty colour, lasts quite well. And I think liquids and creams are looking better on my ageing skin. Having said that, of blush products, I also bought a couple of the Hermes, beautifully packaged, of course. This is Rose Nuit. Looks as if I haven't used it at all, but I have. As powder blushes go, and I've been a long time fan of the Chanel, are they Illusion d'Ombre, their brushes. I have a lot. They're tending to dry out a bit. I haven't bought any recently. Probably going to stop buying them unless there's an astonishing one coming out, and stick to the Hermes. This was Rose Nuit, and I had the matching lipstick for this one. Again, I bought several of the Hermes lipsticks, and I like them, but I haven't been wearing a lot of lipstick this year. This is a good neutral colour, very nice matte. Is it worth paying the extra over, for example, a Charlotte Tilbury or a Chanel matte? I like their velvets, for example. Probably not, although the packaging is sensational. The product I actually wore most from Hermes makeup range was actually one of their lip glosses, which I think are called lip enhancers. But I couldn't actually find, I've got two, find either of them to show you. So they're obviously in handbags somewhere. But I did love those. I did buy several of the nail polishes. I need to do a video about those. I haven't shown them to you. They are good quality. They're quite thick, so they do last well on the nail, although I find them slightly difficult to apply, certainly more so than my beloved Chanel ones. But the colours are gorgeous. I kind of regret not having bought a few more of the unusual colours, the yellow, for example, because they're completely sold out now. But I will do a video about that. This is Orange Boîte, the classic Hermes box colour, which I thought I had to have. And I did wear a few times in the summer. Chanel's nail polish year, I don't think was very classic. Of the collections, I probably liked the full one the best. They brought out 4 kind of very moody colours, all creams, in fact. And of them, these 2 I like the most, Brun Fumé and Terre Brûlée. Terre Brûlée in particular, a burnt red, I wore quite a bit. I always think Chanel is actually strongest in the more unusual finishes, and their Les Beige collection in the summer was very nice, although they were all a bit similar. In the end, this is probably the one I liked the most, which was Sunlight. Very, very pretty, pearlized polish. But as I say, I wouldn't rave about any of the Chanel polishes this year. I did enjoy their Baume Essentiel as a replacement for highlighters, really. I had one early in the year, which just kind of looks like a wet finish. This one was from the Christmas, the holiday collection, and I don't think I've shown it to you. It's gold, not too obvious, and you do have to be careful, or I do, applying it, because it tends to kind of pull off your cheek colour if you overlap too heavy-handedly. But I do like the slightly subtle, for me, finish, and I like the gold one. It's still in its box, but I have been wearing it quite a bit. As highlighters go, as I say, I can't talk to you about the Hermes one because I haven't even used it yet. Dior reformulated, and you know I love the Dior ones. I have to tell you, I don't love this reformulation as much as the last ones. I know a lot of people do. Not so much me. I find them a bit gritty. But I did like this one, which is Coral Glow. I don't know if this is even meant to be a highlighter. It still feels a bit gritty, but really pretty with that kind of gold pull in the pink. And I have worn that a bit. It's almost like a cheek colour rather than cheek colour and highlighter combined. Really nice in the summer. I did like that. What else? Eyeshadows, as I say, haven't worn as much. Probably my favourite of the year was Chanel again. Liked a lot of Chanel this year, surprisingly. Didn't feel like it at the time. This one was a not very heralded release, Douceur et Sérénité. And what I like about this one is you've got this very neutral, easy colour for a day on screen, but not looking like you've got particularly eye makeup on. You can zhuzh up for a vaguely smoky eye, not too much in my case. And actually these lilacs look really pretty, particularly that one down there, which is quite cool. So I have found myself reaching for that palette probably more than any other. Now, you know I love Tom Ford, and I was surprised when I was thinking about this video that nothing really came to mind that I loved. I don't think it's been a great year for Tom Ford. They've kind of released too much, and, well, it's good quality. Of course it's good quality. It should be at that price. None of them have really grabbed me. Probably my favourite in terms of the ones I've worn the most is Rose Prism. Can't remember when this came out, relatively late in the year. Again, a kind of light, cool palette that I find wearable, particularly the beautiful peach and this kind of ethereal lilac-y off-white, which I've worn a lot. But I can't say I'm raving about any of the Tom Ford this year, although it hasn't stopped me buying them. I did find a new favourite mascara. Well, I wouldn't say favourite. Another mascara that I really like. You know, I'm picky about mascaras. Illamasqua, that I got that Amy Winehouse boxed set, which I really liked, by the way. I worn quite a few of the products. But the mascara actually works for me, and it's rare for mascara to stay on my eyes and not give me panda eyes. You can see it's quite a hectic looking brush. It doesn't give a super defined look, or it doesn't on me, but it works perfectly for me. So I do like the Illamasqua, and I would definitely investigate their products a bit more in 2022. So those are my favourites in a fairly sparse year, I think. And as I say, the only ones I can see really, really continuing are definitely that Chanel foundation, which I will undoubtedly purchase again. So, yeah, interested to know what you favoured this year. Was it a strange makeup year for you as it was for me? Let me know in the comments. Happy New Year again. Until next time, bye for now.